Oh, oh, man, you guys know what you missed by now. One of these days, just to be mean, the gods are gonna let me be really zapped out of my mind and post the wrong video, and you're all gonna be like, oh, language! Um, Working with Loki if you're introverted. I don't think too many people have done that video. Hopefully not. But, even though I'm on YouTube and I'm on Patreon, I'm no longer on Facebook, glory hallelujah. Um, I'm extremely introverted. It takes me forever to get to know people, and even people I've known for years. Maybe some days I see them and like I don't want to make eye contact and I don't want to talk. I'm just like, and I will try to walk past them and like not say anything. And they're usually extroverted people that they're like the golden retrievers of the world. Hi, how are you? And I'm like, oh god, hi. It's not that I don't like them or I'm feeling antisocial. It's just like my mental and physical energy are really down, and I want to go somewhere and decompress for a couple hours, and these people bounce up to you and you're like, oh god. So I don't know how extroverts do it. I really don't know how you make it through each day with so much boundless energy and enthusiasm. It looks nauseating. But um Loki does have an introverted streak to him as well, where he can go off and be calm and contemplative, but usually when I'm trying to do it, no, he won't let me. But he does understand it. He does understand the need to get away from everything and kind of retreat into yourself and sort out your priorities, or just the need to be quiet. If you look at stuff posted by actual introverted people, they'll say like a form of affection is true. A form of affection we can show is like coming into the room with you and sitting down and reading a book. To us, that's affectionate. We're spending time with you. We're not in your lap. We're not talking to you. We're not even looking at you. We're reading a book and relaxing. But, it's enough for us to be in the same room with you. It means as much to us as to a more extroverted person a meaningful conversation would. We can learn in time to talk to people. We can learn in time to answer phone calls and stuff like that, but it takes us a while. We have to get to the point where we're comfortable with you. And Loki can learn to work with that. He can come on like gangbusters and be like such a strong personality that you're backing and running away and you're like, no, especially if you're really introverted and quiet. I mean, it depends on the path you get. Some people get the really quiet, solemn path, and if you're introverted, it's a good fit. But if you get like the path that's like tricksy and joyful, wants to play and everything, sometimes you're just looking at them like, huh? Because you're polar opposites. But he can learn to work well with introverted energy and to be quiet with you and just be with you at those times when you need to be quiet and power down. My mother used to say I got overwrought very easily, and I can if I get too much stimulus, which is crazy how I decorate, but if I get too much stimulus like visual or audio or like too many people talking to me at once, I just kind of like either shut down and like kind of like go inside and I'm barely aware of what's going on around me, or I get like hysterical and I'm overwrought and my emotions are going all over the place and I like feel like I'm going insane. And my mother, when I was a little girl, actually used to have me lay down on the couch and put a cold washcloth on my forehead because I was just about throw a fit. And I don't mean like a little child having a temper tantrum. I mean like a fit, like a psychotic person fit. Because I just couldn't handle all the sensory input coming at me. So that's like one reason I'm introverted. It's weird then that, I know it's weird. It's weird that I then like video games and I love music and I love reading because that's all like a big amount of information coming at you, but it's kind of in a different way. Maybe because it's more intellectual. I think that's it. It's more intellectual. It's not emotional. Gemini is actually one thing we're not good at is emotions. We hate emotions. Emotions suck. That and growing old, we don't like either of those things. We want to be young forever. But, he can learn to not only work with that, but to help you work with it, to help you find a place to be comfortable. Like, he was actually the one to say, well, why don't you just walk away and walk away for good from the social media? Because he knew it was miserable. And it would be just like if 30 years ago you kept going around to cocktail parties and you hated cocktail parties and you didn't have a business reason to be there and you really didn't have a social reason to be there, but you kept going around to them for some reason because you vaguely knew somebody there and maybe they talked to you once the entire party. It's the same exact thing. It's like, why keep going if you don't like them? I mean, if I wanted to socialize, I have, people live on my street that I know or up the street or go to the park and talk to the people in the park. Library, ride the bus, go to stores, da da da, eat out, blah blah blah. So yeah, there's like plenty of ways to socialize at a more relaxed pace. And also, when you're face to face, I find it easier to interact with people because I really, as bad as my eyesight is, I really need facial reactions and voice inflections. And sometimes you have to repeat it because I don't understand metaphors all the time. I know I'm a writer and I use them, but if you say them to me, a lot of times I don't get them. I take you literally, which has ended a lot of friendships. And it's just something Loki has taught me to deal with. And I use personal examples because that's usually a better way to teach. And that is one of my strengths. I can hopefully teach you something, hopefully. But I find it best to teach from personal experience because I only think that's fair. I mean, if you haven't gone through it, we were taught as writers, if you haven't gone through it, how can you write it? Now, obviously with fiction, you have to be creative and create things no one's ever gone through, but still, like for the human emotion parts and other stuff, you have to have gone through it in some sense to, add a realism. If you fake something you've never felt, like say you've never been in love and you wrote this love story and never been in love, some readers might buy it, but some readers will be like, So, yeah, Loki can work with introverted people. He will not force you to get out. I mean, if he thinks you're starting to live like a hermit, he might give you a gentle poke. But he won't force you to get out. The most he's done is, like, being an annoying git and, like, forcing me to deal with the gods he's brought in. Because he knows I can go too far with being introverted and be like, I just want to be with Loki. And just talk to Loki and Loki be like, no, and like gently push me out and have me with the other gods. And it's not that I don't love these gods, it's not that I don't adore them, it's that I can get very overwhelmed very easily. But he works with me and they all know. It's not like they don't know. It's like I'm sure the Thor I get, because he knows I'm extremely introverted, is different than the Thor some guy that's hosting a kegger is gonna get. And different than somebody throwing a party where they're invited to come down and like ride people as horses. That's a thing that's done now apparently. That would be a vastly different Thor. They would all be Thor and they would all be genuinely Thor, but we each get our own portion. So yeah, all the gods can work with introverted people, and hopefully that like made an ounce of sense. But it's okay. You don't have to be outgoing. You don't have to have like 20 social media accounts. You don't have to attend every con. I don't think I've ever been to one. Do you call it a con for magical people? I don't know. I don't care. Meet, whatever. You don't even have to belong to a coven or a group or anything. If that's like totally for you, it's okay. There's nothing wrong with you. It's just, it's just the way you were born. It's just the way I was born. And no amount of positive whatever is going to change us because we're okay the way we are. There are certainly introverted gods. Odin has a introverted path. Hades certainly. any gods that people like typically say they're sad and gloomy or they go off on their own, Ogu and Ares come to mind. Um, they can usually understand, and they're usually more quiet, reserved, and they're, if you're introverted, they're a blessing to be around because they're not, in your face. So yeah, and Loki does have that aspect to him too, like the gentle mother aspect, like when he would have mothered, Sleipnir and so forth and so on, and he has it in the male aspect as well, that he can be very gentle and nurturing and very tender with people. He's really good at reading people. So I hope that helped. If you like what you see, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.